talking about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, the first one. Because I think the first one did not do as good as they thought it was going to do.
No, it bombed.
But I thought that was because there was something else in the theater at the time.
A little thing called Oppenheimer, you mean?
You gotta fight for those IMAX screens. Tom Cruise was working the phones. He was talking to Johnny IMAX saying, Johnny, you gotta give me the screens. He's like, no, we don't have the screens, baby. Hello and welcome to The Great Beyond and Is This Good Companion Pod, where I catch up with my friend and yours, Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Thanks for coming, JD, and producing the show. She just told me something very interesting. Apparently, we have to be doing something called recording for people to hear this.
I really know what I'm doing back here.
Well, yeah. Got not very far into the show before JD asked if we were recording, and the answer was no. On my part. On your part, yeah. And that's on me. Beautiful Canada hat, Rachel. Why is it motivated by something?
I'm doing my best Kim
Mitchell.
Oh my God, Mitchell impression. I just said it. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Kim Mitchell, big cokehead, apparently.
This head cold is
Kim
not
Mitchell, a
sexy.
reference that everyone out there is nodding along to, I'm sure. Kim Mitchell is a Canadian rocker. I don't think famous in America at all. Big song called Patio Lanterns.
Yeah, that wasn't a hit here?
It had to have been. Classic.
I'm honestly upset that we're talking about this because I'm 3/4 of the way through a 4-part documentary on the Tragically Hip, and I've been really wanting to talk about it, but I'm like, no one will care or understand anything about it.
I'll watch it.
I just want to say this. This is probably one of Canada's biggest bands ever. They didn't really break in America, though this is a source of contention in the documentary where the members of the band are like, we didn't break in America. What are you talking about? We tour all the time. We played some of the greatest venues in America. Then proceed to name like actual cool iconic US venues, but that seat like
small
1,000
venues,
people, 800 people or whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't. The Bare Naked Ladies, unfortunately, they broke in America.
Yeah.
Tragically Hip, sorry, you did not. Blue Rodeo, a band I like more than Tragically Hip, also, they never broke America. But anyways, this thing is so fucking Canadian that there is a part where they discuss Wheat Kings, which is one of their, I hesitate to call it a hit, but it's one of their hits for sure.
Yeah, it's a more popular song for sure.
It's a very popular song, especially if you look by Spotify numbers. And I don't know if you remember, but the song starts with a loon call.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
You know, right. So they go into this documentary about how the guys like got a CD of nature sounds at like a gas station, and then they brought it in, and in the stew they were like, wouldn't it be cool if we put this loon at the front of the song to like, you know, get you into the vibe of the prairies, the middle of the country, the tranquility.
Because that's where you find loons on a prairie.
Yeah, you're making a good point here.
Like what?
Well, aren't loons just in any kind of lake?
Yeah, but we're talking about the prairie, which is like, I think of wheat fields, and the song is called Wheat Kings.
Yeah, but there's lakes in the prairies.
Okay, but it doesn't come to mind when you're saying wheat
Where
kings.
comes to mind when you hear loon?
Northern Ontario,
Lakes.
like the Kawarthas, you know, like
Fields of
okay.
wheat.
He's got me there, folks. He knows where loons are from. You know where I think they're from? The backside of a $1 coin.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
So then they go into this thing about how there was legal trouble because the man that recorded the loon sound was like, hey, that's my loon sound.
Oh, come on.
And then they go interview the guy that recorded the loon sound. This is the most Canadian documentary of all time.
How would they know that? That's crazy.
Because he said it's
very
like
specific.
it's known across the world as one of the greatest recorded loon sounds of all time. I'm not joking.
Oh my God.
Why don't you just get Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis to go coo-coo-coo-coo-coo-coo-coo? Or the...
Well,
Not as tranquil.
don't worry, Bruce McCullough, definitely a talking head. We got Jay Baruchel stoned out of his mind in underwear as a talking head. We got Will Arnett crying. We've got Justin Trudeau being way too enthusiastic for a head of state. Like,
Oh my God.
in this, I'm sorry, it's not becoming.
Like a little
And then-
teenage boy.
Honestly, like a little teenage boy. And then they go into this thing where they're the band's at their fucking zenith, their peak. And they're talking about like giving you the evidence that they're at their peak. And they're like, they played Saturday Night Live, which they only did because Dan Aykroyd is a huge fan of the band. And he told Lorne Michaels that he would not host the show unless the Tragically Hip were the band.
Wow.
And then they talk about how they opened for the Stones and opened for Page and Plant. Again, opened. They were the opening band. This is how Canadian this is. We are celebrating being the opening band.
Yeah.
They're grateful.
Yeah.
They're humble.
They're humble. I mean, now, to be fair, like, then they did their another roadside attraction where they went across Canada, blah, blah. I suppose that was their peak in Canada. But again, it's pretty fucking funny. So go out and watch this documentary that for most of you, you've never heard of this band. But it is, as a Canadian, especially if you don't live at home anymore, like maybe if we'd never left, I would have watched this and just been like, oh, this is a documentary on the Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
But now having been away with some distance, I'm just like, this is so fucking Canadian. Like,
but it's so part of our DNA, you know? It's like, it just feels right when you hear it. It's
I guess, but I mean, I'm going to get in trouble, but their songs aren't that great.
No, I think they have a few really great songs and then like other ones that people are like Grace 2 or Blow It High Dough or whatever. Like these songs are supposed to be absolute stone cold classics and they just sound sludgy to me.
I agree.
I think it's when you grow up on a certain food and then like you introduce it to other people and you're just like, this is so good. I love this. Like you've been eating it since you were a baby.
They're ketchup chips.
And they're
the ketchup chips of music.
And then your friends are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You eat this? You put this in your ears?
Yeah. They're sort of like the American equivalent to me is like the Hold Steady, you know. Just a fucking
No.
Great bar band.
I actually really like the Hold Steady though.
Okay, but I really like the Tragically Hip, but they're just not. They're never. The Hold Steady is never gonna be. I mean, it's the times now, but they're never gonna be in the Billboard Top 100. Like they're not. They're just gonna be playing smallish rooms across America.
I guess they're the same, and they have an insanely devoted audience.
Yeah.
That's what the Tragically Hip curated in Canada, and mad respect to them for that. And I also really respect them for embracing Canada and writing about Canada and Canadian things, like 38 Years Old, about a prison break in Canada, Wheat Kings, Bob Cajun.
Storytelling.
You know,
that 50 Mission Cap, the Leafs.
For Hugh McLennan. It kind of reminds me of the Kinks in like the British invasion, and all those British bands were trying to sound American and be American, and the Kinks were like, nah, we're going to go the other way. We're just going to, like Village Green Preservation Society, we're just going to talk about cricket and afternoon tea and being as British as possible. So I respect that. Whatever. I just don't like the band. Hey, if you're just tuning in now, we're talking about the Tragically Hip, but we're moving on because I know you don't give a flying fuck about the Tragically Hip, and we got more important things to get to, like me, JD, and Rachel. I had an experience this week that I never thought I would have.
Oh, God.
Do you have your curiosity? I got to go wedding dress shopping.
Oh, my goodness.
She took you.
Wait.
I didn't think that was a thing.
Oh, it's not a thing, Rachel. As you'll soon hear, it is very much not a thing. Okay. It couldn't be less of a thing, in fact. And I kind of knew it wasn't a thing, but I didn't know how much of not a thing it is.
Okay, so how did this happen?
Well, this happened because, Jill and I are getting married, so that's not the part that I didn't think would happen. But we basically, there's not that many venues that we find that we enjoy, where we want to get married. Right? We're getting married in Montreal. I don't know if that's breaking news, but we're getting married in Montreal. Okay, we're getting married in Montreal. My whole family's still there, and just to be quite frank, it's probably about 40% cheaper than getting married in Los Angeles. So that is partly the exchange rate, and then partly just LA is fucking expensive. Yeah. So we're getting married in Montreal, and we got the available dates back, and some of them are a lot sooner than we had thought we were going to get married at, right? So Jill's freaking out about her dress. She's shopping online. You know, she's trying to get a sense of what she likes. And I will say what she likes is not what most shops have around right now. In fact, when we walked into the store and she told the woman what she wanted, the woman said, I'm just going to be honest with you, we don't really have anything like that.
Well, what do you have in black then?
Jill wants leather. She wants everything leather. She wants something very simple that's not a lot of applique, as they call it in the biz. Adornments, little flowers and stitchings and things
pearls
like that.
But
things, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's freaking out about it a little bit, and we weren't doing anything on Saturday. I said, why don't we just go to a store? Maybe it'll ease your mind. You'll try a few things. You'll see, what you like on you, and that might make your search easier. So she's like, well, you got to make appointments at these places. You can't just go. And I was like, I'm looking up. I'm like, oh, what about this place? They have an appointment today. And she's like, okay, fine, let's go. So we show up. Jill checks in. She's like, hi, I'm Jill, blah, blah, blah. Woman at the counter looks at me and goes, and how do you know Jill? And I was like,
you're her gay friend.
A weird, well, Rachel,
Gotta be.
I realized that they can't assume because very uncommon that the man that shows up is the person's husband.
Yeah.
Much more likely that that man is her gay best friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just was basically politely asked if I was Jill's gay best friend.
What?
And I was so like confused at first by the question that I was like, ah. And then she just kept staring at me, and I was like, marry her. I marry her. I'm marrying her.
Oh my God.
And then I literally thought that when I said I'm marrying her, she might think that I was like, again, her best friend that was going to be performing the ceremony. And I'm like,
right.
But I'm not performing it. I'm marrying. Like I'm
the
fiancé.
guy. I'm the guy. Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, that's nice.
Doesn't she have any friends?
Well, I do. So then it only gets worse because then we go back into the area where the change rooms are, and it's plush. There's nice couches in front of each change room. There's a couch for people to sit on, and the people that are supposed to be on that couch are her girlfriends who are supposed to be drinking Prosecco and getting slightly tipsy, so that every time you walk out of the booth, they go like, "Oh my God, that's the one! You have to buy that! You have to buy that!" And that's how they're fucking moving these dresses.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I'm watching all these people freaking out. And it's not like I've never seen a rom-com. Like, I know how this works. But I'm just sitting there raw, not even a bottle of water in my hand.
No Prosecco for you?
Oh,
They didn't give me shit.
Wow.
did you bridesmaid this? Did you go shit in the sink there?
Wow, Rachel, come on now.
I mean, it seems like I did from the way they treated me, Rachel. And those were women shitting in their dresses. And they didn't seem to have a problem with it. I was just a straight cis man.
Ooh.
Dangerous
times.
Basically, I was in a space where I was not welcome.
Yeah. Here's the problem. They just look at you and go, well, these people are not serious. They're not buying a dress.
Yes.
If you bring your groom, you're not serious about buying
This
a dress.
guy has a kink for wedding dresses. This is
on.
not. No, well, they're not getting married.
Me or
you?
JD?
You.
If you're into that sort of thing, you just go, okay, let's go wedding shopping, baby.
Anyway.
Well, I tried to make conversation with this one because every time Jill would go in, the person helping, and it's not like they're helping multiple people. Like, they are your person.
Yeah.
So every time Jill would go in, and they're sometimes complicated to get on. So she'd been there for a while, and I was like, so, where are you from?
Wow.
And now I was like, she's going to think, what? Like, I'm hitting on her now? I don't give a shit about you. I'm just trying to talk to you. And then she was like, she's like, oh, I'm from the OC, but I moved here to Pasadena. I was like, oh, yeah, you moved further from the ocean. Are you a big ocean person? She's like, yeah, but I still go. She's like, whoa, you guys love the ocean? I'm like, not really. She's like, you don't love the ocean? I'm like, no. Like, okay.
God damn. You're just like getting worse and worse in their books.
I know.
And you're like getting deeper and deeper into your Uber Rolodex of small talk question topics, like, how long you been driving this car? Honda Civic, eh?
Well, so then at some point she was pointing out a dress to Jill, and she was like, well, I find this one to be really timeless. And so then when Jill went in, I was like, out of curiosity, if you're calling that timeless, like, what's not timeless? Like, because to me, they all kind of look like wedding dresses. And she was like, not answering me, and I was like, what is wrong with, just tell me what's trending this year, and she's like not saying anything, and then she's like coming close to me, she's like lowering her voice, she's like, well, and then I realized it's because everyone around me is trying on one of these trendier dresses, and she doesn't want to insult them.
Right.
Yeah.
I just did everything wrong. I couldn't do anything right in this store.
Is this
And I was
why
trying to
you're
be
not
enthusiastic
welcome?
for Jill, but like, I'm but one man sitting on a couch. She tried on like 8 dresses. Am I like, I didn't want to be like, woo, yeah, girl. And so then the woman said to Jill, like, apparently I didn't hear this, but when she was helping her like tie something in the back, she was like, I could tell you're very reserved. Translation, I could tell that you're a boring ass bitch. Why can't you be more like the women next to me? Because all I really had to do was eavesdrop. And at some point they were like, oh, BJ said he's late, but he's on his way. He'll be here soon. And in my head, I'm like, oh, another man coming here. That's good news. And then fucking sitcom timing, the woman walks out of her booth, and I just hear a man behind me going, girl, slay, slay, slay. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to guess BJ is not her husband. Don't go wedding shopping, dress shopping with your girl. They don't want you there.
You didn't pick anything up, I assume.
No, but I mean, this was our first try. And I don't really think they expect you to necessarily, because then they give you the price of everything, and they're like, you know, you're just starting your search, you know, come back, blah, blah, blah.
I think that you are such a sweet person because you wanted to make her feel better that you were going to break the mold and do this. Like, you are so kind, and she's so lucky.
Were you invited?
Well, I didn't think I was like fucking Harriet Tubman out there, Rachel.
Well,
like, I didn't think I was
kinda...
Jackie Robinson crossing a barrier.
Until you got there, then you realized it, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
but Jill did want you there.
Well, it was downtown, so it's hard to find parking. The Big Bopper would have loved it in there. There was a lot of Chantilly lace.
And a pretty face.
But yeah, don't do it. And then frankly, then it only made me feel bad because then I finished that and I was like, shit, I have to buy a suit too. And shoes. Shoes are the part I'm looking the least forward to.
Just make sure they're shiny.
Yeah. I mean, because I have a black suit, but then I'm like, can I wear a 10-year-old black suit to my own wedding? I mean, I guess I could.
Probably doesn't even fit anymore. It's probably, your body is...
It does, but with some slight alterations, I think I could make it work, but... Yeah, that's
So what are you going to do? Buy a brand new black suit?
I don't know.
Just fucking wear the suit. Who cares? I bet it looks great.
Does it have to be black?
Could we make a deal? I'll put it on. I'll wear it on the podcast and you could cheer for me.
Yes, we'll be slay, slay, slay.
Say yes to the vest. All right, I wanted to run this by you because a new way to be buried just dropped, and I guess it's not new, but it's very new to me. I saw on Reddit someone being like, is this okay? Is this weird? So basically, this is what the person says. My husband of 12 years has had some medical problems recently. The topic about end-of-life plans came up. I asked if he wanted to be buried. He did not want that, nor did he want to be cremated. My husband said he wants to have his skull taken from his body and cleaned. Then he wants that skull put on the mantelpiece in the living room.
Okay, hold on.
Rachel, do we have a cough button there? You can't blow your nose directly into the microphone. First of all, it's rude to me trying to read something. Second of all, it's rude to the listeners.
I can cut it out of the audio.
How can you cut it out?
Easily.
We have separate tracks.
Well, now you'll have to leave it in, or else I'll look like an asshole.
Who's blowing their nose, please?
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay, it's fine. You're sick. All right. My husband wants me to have his skull taken from his body and cleaned. Then he wants that skull put on the mantelpiece in the living room. The rest of his body he wants sent to one of those places that makes the gems out of bodies and made into 2 blue diamonds. He then wants those gems to be put in the eye sockets of his skull to look like eyes. Then he can, quote, watch the family home and be passed down through generations. Okay, I'm less interested in the skull part. But I was like, okay, this is a joke. Like, you can't make diamonds from a dead body, but you can.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Did you know this?
Yes.
Anything out of carbon. You can make diamonds out of anything that's carbon-based.
So convince me that this is not a good idea. Like, fine, I don't want them to be put in skulls to look like eyes so I could watch over my family. But make it into a diamond or something and you put it on a ring or on a necklace and you're always with the person? Is that not better than being eaten by worms?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And then better for the people because they never have to waste time driving to the cemetery being like, wait, what row is he in again?
And you could sell it and just not tell someone it's your relative.
Well, that would be bad. You take that into a pawn shop and the guy's got the jeweler's loop on. And he's like, this person was probably about 5'5".
Dave, I know
this
that
is not
guy.
valuable at all.
Well, eventually that's going to happen because, okay, it's granddad, okay, and then it's great-granddad, and then it's just like, I got rent due, and I have this ring, and it's one of my ancestors, I think, but...
It's just.
But do you think it's going to be worth any money? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I know.
Is it not a
diamond is worth money?
It's a diamond.
A lab-grown diamond.
Yeah.
Is this what when they say lab-grown diamond? Is this they're all dead people?
No, but anything made of carbon, unless I dreamt that, which I often come up with random facts that I clearly must have dreamt. You can make a diamond from any source of carbon, right? It's just from the periodic table, right?
So, they're like, oh, diamond mining is not ethical because all these people are dying, in Africa where they're mining them and there's no rules and regulations and it's basically slave labor. So they're like, why don't we skip the step and just make them out of dead people?
Yeah.
So
What a great idea.
already dead.
What a waste,
We don't have to make new dead people making the diamonds. We'll just take already dead people and make diamonds.
Yeah.
Fresh,
It's
dead.
it's innovative, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I was looking it up, if this was true, it led me to my preferred way, and let this stand as my last will and testament. I found the way that I would like to live on,
Okay.
and it is a company called Vinally, and their tagline is "Live on from beyond the groove."
Oh, dear.
I think you know where this is going. Though, if I was a copywriter, I would just go beyond the groove,
Right.
not live on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
tighten that up.
Yeah.
All right, this service allows your ashes to be compressed into a vinyl record, featuring your favorite tune or your voice. Costs between 1 and 3,000 British pounds.
Okay.
Does this sound like a good idea?
You could break that, though, and it's not worth as much as a diamond would be. I mean, I guess the diamond would be more expensive to make, though. That would probably be cheaper.
Yeah, but this is cool. Like, I'm recording my voice, or I put one of my demos from one of my, most celebrated songs.
Granddad's
And then you can
penis
just
is
listen
on
to me.
this. And his voice.
What?
Now, why?
It's your body. Your entire body's
yeah.
made of it.
Yeah.
Well, interesting you say that, Rachel, because I was wondering, like, well, can I only make one record from my body?
Ah, yeah.
So in their FAQ, they say, how much ash do you use?
Yes.
And it says approximately 1 teaspoon per record.
Oh, easy.
Wow.
That's a lot. I
You
could
have a full collection.
a full pressing.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
I really I think this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So it would be a recording of your voice, or it would be Wheat Kings, or it would be what would it be?
You could record
Well,
the
I guess-
entire Wheat Kings, like the album, like a whole
I suppose. Yeah.
road.
But why
apples.
couldn't I just make a record? You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't I make a record of my voice being like,
you want
here's what I believed?
Nobody wants to listen to that.
Well, why? I know.
not?
If,
They
let's
wanna
say
hear
I
you
wanted to
sing.
do that. Why does it have to be my body in the record? I guess is really the
Right.
thing that I'm coming to now.
Gotcha.
Like, because if you just made, like, what if I was like, make a record out of my ashes? And they were like, well, what do you want on it? And I was like,
Sinead O'Connor.
Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. You know, like, well, why?
Wow.
If I'm just making a mixtape, why does it need to be me?
Right.
Oh, it could be a mixtape.
And then I
for
don't
all
want to
your
run the
loved
risk
ones.
of people being like, the B side of his body is better.
Yeah.
I just want people to be open minded because there's a lot cooler ways to be buried than either be buried or cremated, and those are the most popular.
Well, cremated is part of it, right? This
It's step one. It's a two-step process.
It's a two-step. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I mean, it's just already an obsolete technology. The turntable.
Yeah.
No, you know what's
Don't
an
make
obsolete
that
technology? CDs.
Okay.
Records
well,
are
I'm
back,
not,
baby.
Are they?
What do you mean? Are they? Yeah.
For all the
They're outselling
hipsters.
CDs. And
Yeah,
the-
CDs, of course, but
No, but it's one of the most popular times for records.
except for when records were first.
Well, I don't know. I've read some statistics.
I'll have you.
What? Okay.
I'll tell you that of this I know for sure. Records have never been more expensive.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like hilariously expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for people collecting records now because when I was collecting records in the 90s and even early 2000s, you could go to a record store and get any like popular classic rock album from the 60s onward for $3,
Yeah.
$4,
Really?
$5.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, people couldn't give them away.
Well,
They're kind of like
Oh, because they
tapes
were
now.
used.
yeah, those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
they're
Oh,
used,
okay.
and
Used.
vinyl is not the greatest for if you use your records and you don't take care of them. And when I say don't take care of them, like you literally clean them and you like basically have latex gloves to put them on the turntable and have a absolutely spotless stylus to play to play it. Like, yeah, you would. That's why they were $3. You would go to a used record store and then
they play, babe. The pops and clicks and hisses, that was part of it, man.
Yeah, okay, that's right. And then CDs came along. You're like, oh, this is awesome. I don't have to listen to all the.
Oh, sorry. You never scratched the bottom of a CD? You never had to put your finger
of course I did.
Through the CD like a penis through your fly and then hold it towards a light and then shift and be like, oh, yeah, there's that scratch.
Yes, absolutely. And you did have to take care of those as well. That's why we're in the digital age now, right? Like, I mean, that's not why, but it's
That's why.
it's why it's better to have, WAV files and AIFs and even MP3s, goddammit, if it's lossless, whatever. But, fuck, like.
Okay, baby, I'm making you into an MP3. You would have loved it. I'm making his dead body into a podcast.
AI, baby.
All right, some more news from the internet. Okay, no, this is another thing that I was like, we were arguing about ordering food and what to order, and then I just out of curiosity, I was like, I wonder what the most popular delivery items is, because I thought I knew for sure. And you ever have one of these moments where you're just like, am I this out of touch with the rest of society?
Yeah.
According to DoorDash.
Yeah.
These are the stats from 2023, so just last year. What is the most popular thing that was delivered?
Okay. I'm going to say, oh, God. It's McDonald's.
No, I'm not looking for a brand. I'm looking for a kind of food. And not like Italian or Thai, like a specific dish.
Is what I'm saying. Is it actually food?
Yes. What kind of question?
I don't know. It's like, could be boba or something.
It's not a
like
trick
that.
question.
Boba is a food.
Oh, is it boba?
Are you saying because it's a drink?
Yeah, it's a drink.
Oh, okay.
Is it a
this
drink?
Is a food.
It's a food.
It's a food. This is a food.
And it's not.
It's an extremely popular food. I'm not denying that. I just did not realize this was the most often delivered item.
Tacos.
No. Tacos, not even in the top 10.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Is it a dessert item?
No.
It's not pizza.
No.
He wouldn't have
That's
been
what I thought it
surprised by
was.
that.
Yeah, that's what I would assume too.
Rachel, no guesses? I mean, you haven't guessed
I was gonna
anything
say
in the top
chicken.
three.
I was gonna say chicken
Hold
fingers.
on. Is it? Oh, that's a good guess.
Chicken fingers.
Like chicken nuggets or like, yeah.
A chicken sandwich is number 5.
Okay.
And you said tacos, so I'll give you chicken quesadilla is number 2.
Ew.
Well, travel's way better than a taco. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Sushi.
Burgers.
No.
Burgers.
No, you're the closest you've been, though, with burgers. The answer is fries.
What?
Far and away, fries.
Just fries.
What's wrong with people?
So you're talking about like $25 fries people are getting.
I'm just laughing because it's not like I just dropped a big bombshell, but stunned moment of silence when I said fries. JD just shaking his head, unable to speak. Obviously, you put fries in a bag. Mm-hmm. If you like crispy fries, forget it, right? You put them in a bag, the steam from the fries is going to come up, and it's basically going to steam them and make them softies. Yeah. If you like soft fries, I'd still argue they're going to get too soft from being in the bag. And a frozen fry can come a lot closer to a delivered fry. Mm-hmm. Like store-bought fry, fresh, restaurant fry fresh out of the fryer versus frozen fry, at least in your home oven, never going to compete. But delivered fry versus oven fry, I think they can get much closer than oven pizza and delivered pizza. Do you not agree?
Are you about to spin this into a McCain frozen fries ad?
Deep and delicious?
Yeah. God damn.
I'm sorry this hat has inspired so much Canadian content, folks.
You should be.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, if I'm ordering fries, I would never do this, but if I did, the first thing I would do is pop them into the oven, like crisp them up, like.
Yeah, but I totally get that, but they're still not going to taste like they did when you were at McDonald's.
You're 100% right.
They have to be McDonald's fries too. Like, there's no other place people are ordering fries from, right?
You're right. They have to be.
Yeah, I guess.
Or
so.
I guess from a restaurant. I mean, maybe it's that every time you order something from a restaurant and you add fries to it, they're just counting all those, and it's really like the fries is incidental to the club sandwich or something.
Right.
But just everyone's ordering fries as a side. I don't know. Fries, quesadilla, mozzarella sticks number 3.
Really?
What is happening?
I don't know. This is DoorDash. They should know. It's all digital. There's a paper trail.
This feels made
What a
up.
society.
Garlic naan, number 4. Is this possible? Chicken sandwich 5.
Hold on.
Then we get pizza at 6.
Okay, hold on. All right. Pump the brakes for a second here, because this is not computing. These are not a la carte fries. This is not a la carte garlic naan.
Maybe it is.
It's just every time somebody orders Indian, they're getting garlic naan.
This is fake news.
That's
That's
the only thing I can think of.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Who would order just garlic naan?
Yes, this makes sense. It makes total sense, because then that explains, like you said, your theory about the fries. Everybody orders all these different things, but always a side dish comes with it.
Right.
Okay, well, because then
has
under
to.
pizza is chips and queso. Okay, so that's
Oh.
understandable. But then wings. Wings below chicken sandwich? Wings below quesadilla?
I would have put that at number 2 after pizza, but obviously not. It's crazy.
It is very weird, and it just should, the top 3 spots should just be pizza. But I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
People aren't ordering pizza as much as me? No Chinese food on this thing? What happened to the world that I grew up in? The world I knew and loved. Things are changing too fast, and this might be why we lost the election. If you cross-reference when pizza was at the top of the list, those were the golden years of the
You're
Democrats.
sounding a little MAGA, like you want to make it great again.
Make
I do.
pizza delivery great again.
You know, okay, here's my theory on that, on Chinese and on pizza. Domino's has its own app that has nothing to do with DoorDash.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know about Papa John's, but like I'm not going to DoorDash to order a pizza. I'm going to order it from the restaurant. And the same is true with Chinese. I'm calling our local place directly, and they're delivering it.
Okay. Not if you want a more artisanal pizza than a Domino's or a
Yeah,
Papa John's
fair enough.
or a Pizza Hut.
Fair enough.
So we do
These
end up
people are ordering fucking cheese sticks. They're not looking for artisanal
I
pizzas. No offense to the cheese stick lovers out there.
Now, this was a bit of a stone thought, not a groundbreaking thought, but it's like we all have observed that when people are eating pizza, they don't eat the crust, right?
Yeah.
Or oftentimes they don't eat the crust. And this annoys some people, and some people are like, hey, I just don't want the crust. Now, certainly some people are like, if I'm just having one slice of pizza, I'll eat the crust. But if there's an abundance of pizza, if I can eat limitless pizza, why am I wasting my time on the crust?
Right.
But then I was thinking about the burger,
Yes.
and even if there was 1,000 burgers in front of you, you would never see anyone take the buns off and just throw the patty in their mouth.
I feel like
does
I've seen
that
you do
downgrade-
that.
Yeah, all the time.
You've never seen me reach into a hamburger and come on, man. I've
I'm
done some
kidding,
weird
I'm
shit, but
kidding.
you've never seen
I've
me.
never
do that.
seen that.
I mean,
You're right.
all
You're right.
the the Atkins era and that sort of thing, where people are just shoving bacon in their face.
We're still in it. The carbiverse. They won't.
Now,
they won't-
I understand what you're saying. Like some people will order it in a lettuce wrap or something, but come on. You've seen way more people not eat the crust of their pizza than take a burger, remove both buns, and just shove it in their mouths.
Right. Yeah. But the bun is complementary to the meat and all the rest of the toppings on the burger, right?
So some might say the crust.
The crust ends up being naked unless you strategically eat it the way I do.
Ass first.
Basically, yeah.
But you know what? Guess what? You've eaten the crust because the crust is the whole thing.
You're
People
right.
think the crust is that semicircle at the end, but the whole thing is the crust. It's just as integral as the bun to the burger.
Yeah, I agree with you. I eat the crust. I enjoy the crust.
Because I've turned you into a condiment guy with your crust.
Well, that's part
Sriracha
of it.
and ranch mixture. Dip that crust in it.
Yeah, the dipping sauce does
Speaking
help.
of Canadian culture, that's Ontario culture. As I said,
Really?
never saw dipping sauce before I moved to Toronto. Never saw
Wow.
it. Anyways, I just think that the pizza crust is more like a shrimp tail.
It's
the
treated.
thing that
It's treated.
You're
that way.
holding it
Yeah.
to eat the thing you want, and then
Right.
you're discarding it.
Yeah.
By the way, in 2013, they posted and here's what the top ordered foods in 2013 were, just so you can see how things evolved. Chipotle chicken sandwich was number 1. I don't know why it's okay for them to suddenly post the specific store it came from. The second, pot stickers. The third, tomato bisque soup. Their methodology must be off. The methodology is wrong. No way tomato bisque soup was the number 3 most popular ordered item in 2013. I was alive in 2013. I didn't see a single person eating tomato bisque soup.
Also, Chipotle has a chicken sandwich? What? Am I confused?
I don't know, Rachel. This is
Isn't
DoorDash.
it like tacos and burritos? Like they now sell
I don't know.
chicken
Is a burrito
sandwiches?
a sandwich?
I don't know, but if you
What?
want to support the show and support more investigative research like this, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. And if you are listening to this today on Thursday, you still have time to go to patreon.com/isthisgood and join our hangout tonight, which will be at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern.
Correct.
So why don't you go do that and get exclusive content? Get on the Discord.
It'll be fun.
People are making fun of me right now because I can't bobble a ball. You can send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget, what is it, JD?
Nonverbal November?
Yo, bet it is. Oh my God, I can't talk. It's nonverbal November. That means you show off your love of the show with just your body. You point to it on your phone and you go, mwah, 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 bellissimo. Well, you don't say bellissimo, but you
Bellissimo is a
do.
verb.
You do a
No, it's not. It's an
hand
adjective.
motion that would suggest
Hold on.
bellissimo.
Bellissimo, what is it? A noun. It's a
Adjective.
noun. Is it a...
Isn't it mean beautiful?
It's an adjective, yeah.
It's the adjective, yeah. So you remember I think it was last show, we were talking about revenge again, and someone wrote in a great revenge story about how their
Yes.
upstairs neighbors, they were a student in Boston, their upstairs neighbors were having house parties like every night of the week, and they would never turn down the music. And then she said one day they were playing Crisscross's Jump, and she couldn't take it anymore, and the revenge ensued from there. And we were arguing like, well, if this was Boston, why weren't they listening to Jump Around?
Yes.
The more Irish House of Pain-y jumping song.
Yeah.
And we were arguing about which would be worse in terms of jumps.
Right.
Well, Jay wrote in and he says this: Hi, Matt, JD, and Rachel. House of Pain actually takes the win with 88 jumps in Jump Around, holding off a strong bid from Crisscross with 69 nice. jumps in Jump. Jump for My Love by the Pointer Sisters is a surprise third with 51 combined instances of jump and jumping. Van Halen's Jump clocks in at a measly 23 jumps. Happy to help, Jay. So there you have it. I think we estimated the reverse.
No, you said Van Halen would be the best one because there wouldn't be so many
Right.
jumps in
We
it.
thought it would be the least.
Oh,
That-
But we
I
were
think
wrong about... We thought
House of
that
Pain versus
Crisscross
Crisscross.
would be more...
Nice.
I'm ashamed to say I forgot about the Pointer Sisters. Jump, jump
Yep.
for your love. A jumping for your love.
A song that really now is exclusively used for car commercials. It's Honda Holidays. A jump in. You know, like that.
Yeah, totally.
I was trying to think like other songs that repeat words ad nauseum. I came up with "Tell Her No" by the Zombies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell her no, 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 no. No. That one's impressive because they say it 75 times apparently, and the song's only 2 minutes and 4 seconds long.
Oh God.
Ain't No Sunshine. I know. That one's sort of very stylistic. MC Hammer, Too Legit to Quit, didn't count, but
That's a lot. It's a lot
But-
for sure.
once you come up with a phrase that iconic, you kind of want to repeat it.
And he had the move too, like too legit
Oh.
to quit. Too legit.
Very, like cut it out.
Back to Full
90s,
House
a big
again.
time for hand motions.
Yeah. Totally.
But I don't know if anyone can beat this. Around the World, Daft Punk,
Oh God.
apparently
Oh, God.
144 times.
It's the only
That's
words
all
in
it
it,
is.
right?
But it's from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a
Yeah.
long song.
Also, try to beat it.
No thanks.
Because around the world is a long phrase. Like if it was just no, you could say no a lot faster than you could say around the world.
What about the word I? And Lisa Stansfield's been around the world. Been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know and I don't know why.
Okay, you know what'd be a great remix? That song, but you replace every word with I.
Totally. Get on that.
Someone I
internet.
just saw, there, I don't know if you know the song by Avril Lavigne, I'm With You.
Yeah, of course.
And
Speaking of
it's like-
Canada.
Speaking of Canada, what is it? I'm standing at the bridge. Anyway, they replace the end of every sentence with bridge. So it's like, isn't anyone trying to find bridge? Won't somebody come take bridge home? It's a damn cold bridge. It's very funny. I would like to see more things done like that.
Yes, please.
And then I had another piece of follow-up for you. So we just had Zach Harper on. Very funny episode released on Monday. At the very end of the show, we were talking about, I can't really remember why, we were talking about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, the first one. Mm-hmm. And we were having a disagreement because we were both like, we liked it, but not as much as we wanted to. And we were arguing about that stunt. Anyways, the same day that episode comes out, what gets released, JD?
Mission Impossible Final Reckoning teaser trailer, but it's like 3 minutes long, it feels like.
Yeah, can you explain that to me?
I don't know what
How is that a teaser?
Yeah. There's a lot in it.
If I put out an EP, and you're like, how long is it? I'm like, it's a double album. Is it an EP?
Yeah, no, it's not.
This thing, it's 2 minutes long, but it's from what I know about teasers, they're just kind of showing you quick images of the movie because they haven't like fucking color corrected it yet. They're just being like, here's a couple things that you can see. And then the nerds on the internet can dissect those 7 images. This is 2 minutes long, and it's like, has a narrative arc to it.
Yeah, and it shows a lot. It shows probably all the set pieces in the movie, I would think.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but Tom Cruise hangs off a plane in this one.
Wow, I wasn't expecting a biplane. 2 of them.
That's right.
Very Indiana Jones feel to it. Did you find
to the biplanes?
Well, just in general, like it was very swashbuckling.
I like swashbuckling.
Oh, me too. Don't get me wrong, I'm into it. Like I am 100% in. I watched the trailer because you sent it to me, and I would try to avoid it, but there's no.
I forgot your stance on trailers.
Yeah, but
this wasn't a trailer, JD.
It was a teaser trailer.
Teaser.
Yeah. It looks awesome.
Doesn't it drive you nuts when you're like, ooh, teaser trailer, and then you click on it and there's a commercial before the trailer?
Yeah.
Like the trailer is a commercial.
Yeah.
But they're now forcing us to watch commercials before the trailer. That's how far we've fallen.
Yeah.
But I think it's good because now it's called Final Reckoning, but I think it was supposed to be Dead Reckoning Part 2 because I think the first one did not do as good as they thought it was going to do.
No, it bombed. It absolutely bombed.
But I thought that was because there was something else in the theater at the time.
A little thing called Oppenheimer, you mean?
You gotta fight for those IMAX screens. Tom Cruise was working the phones. He was talking to Johnny IMAX saying, Johnny, you gotta give me the screens. He's like, no, we don't have the screens, baby. Chris Eagle called me already. There's a movie about a scientist. Gotta put it on.
And Barbie. Don't forget Barbie.
Barbie was there too, yeah. Can we do this thing? Okay, because this is the second part of a movie. And like when you watch the second part of a movie, they spend so much time and like there's lines of dialogue designed for people that have not seen the first part of this movie, right?
Yes.
Like they're gonna have to explain why they're looking for this key and the submarine that's at the bottom of the fucking ocean and the Sevastopol and all this stuff. Why can't we do before the credits roll like a last time on Mission Impossible?
Oh, interesting.
So that the second part of the movie can literally be just the second part of the movie and not a vessel for studio execs to be like,
right.
Yeah, but when he does this, people aren't going to know why he's searching for the crucifix. So you got to explain that again.
Do you need all that stuff? I mean, what do you want to explain? Like the key, the MacGuffin, like the actual MacGuffin, like
things are going to need to be explained.
Why?
Is what I'm saying. You're saying just go in because they will. I know they will. I've seen second parts of movies before. This is what they do.
Oh, you mean in the movie itself?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to previously on?
Yeah, because we can cut a lot of fat out of the second part if we don't have to keep explaining things.
Avoid the redundance.
Huh. Interesting.
It works for TV.
Yeah.
It works for movies. I'd like to just. And the only other thing I really have to say about it is, actually, there's like a revisit to the first movie. Is that
there's definitely shots.
A clip of it, or is it a redo? Does he got to go back to the place where he was hanging from the ceiling to get into the computer?
To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to the VO, so maybe there was some significance in there. But they do go from the shot of the knife that he's using in that first scene to the present day, and he's appears to be holding the same knife.
So the knife is making him think about it.
I guess. I mean, this is the last hurrah, I assume. I assume Ethan is going to die at the end of this.
Well,
It does feel like that's what they're setting up.
he's getting a little too old for this shit.
He
No
looks
offense,
old in
guys.
this one. I will say, sorry, Tom, you do look old, and your hair is weirdly floppy. And a man of your face,
Listen.
and age should not have that hair.
Well, it's all the skydiving, I think. It's his face is constantly, you know what I mean?
He's also, isn't he like 60 something at this
Yeah, he's in his 60s.
Oh, yeah.
The guy looks great. Let's
Of
be
course,
honest.
but
Oh,
it's
I mean,
time-
look, if I look that way when I'm 60, sure, I'll eat all the adrenochrome, whatever they do over there at the Scientology Center.
Yeah.
But it might,
Allegedly.
it might be time
Allegedly.
to stop jumping from airplanes, though.
He's not really jumping from them, though, Rachel. He's holding on to dear life. It's like he definitely does not want to skydive the way he's holding on to those planes.
He's done. Time to retire.
We were doing The Shining. We were talking about The Shining on Is This Bad? Join our movie club. I was doing research like most takes ever in a movie.
Okay.
The previous, which one? Rogue Nation? Whatever it is. The number 8. Number
Fallout?
6. Fallout? I don't know. The one before Dead Reckoning.
Fallout.
The Halo jump with Superman. What's his name?
Sexy
Tom
pants.
Cruise?
No, Henry Cavill.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the jump that they do from 35,000 feet or whatever. They didn't really. Maybe they did. I don't know. It's fucking Tom Cruise. Who knows? They did that. He did that jump hundreds of times for the movie.
Cavill?
No, Cruise.
Oh, Cruise.
Like
Hundreds of times.
literally hundreds of times, according to the internet.
So is he a good actor and stunt performer if he has to do it that many times?
Well, it's not just him. It's the crew that's jumping with him, I assume.
His adrenal glands must be raisins.
Yeah, he doesn't get the kick anymore.
No.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways,
maybe he'll die and then he'll be put into the soundtrack.
that's
on vinyl.
Pressing. Anyway, I'm excited for the movie, and there's some other movie news I wanted to cover today.
Oh.
Which is?
Ben Stiller has a new movie
Oh, dear.
in production
Yeah.
called The Dink, and it's based around pickleball. And Andy Roddick, 35-time champ or whatever, I don't know what they say,
Tennis
Yeah.
star.
He's
tennis
player.
star, he has joined the cast.
Really?
Yes.
Like as a main guy or just
I think supporting.
What about Dennis Johns? Is he going to be in it?
That's Ben Johnson, Colin Johns'
Dennis.
brother. Listen, now I'm worried about this one. I've been worried about this movie from the beginning because I enjoy playing pickleball.
Yes.
I don't want them to make fun of pickleball. I don't mind if they satirize pickleball, right? That's fine. There's a lot of material there.
Sure.
But I want this movie to be made with a certain amount of affection and love for the game. And what I really want is a traditional sports movie at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like you can dodgeball it
Yeah.
and you can do all that, but I want a feel-good sports movie about pickleball.
Wait, what's
So-
the name of the one they did that was really goofy? Is that?
I don't know. I know the
It was
one
like
you're
a
talking about.
dodgeball one with Vince Vaughn. Or
Yeah, that was dodgeball.
Yeah, dodgeball.
That's
It was
dodgeball.
called dodgeball.
It was called
But
that.
why did you feel dodgeball was respectful of the sport of dodgeball?
Not really, to be honest, but that's fine. That's dodgeball. No offense to the dodgeballers out there.
You're not going to want to hear this. Close your ears. But some people probably think of pickleball similarly to the way they think of dodgeball.
I know they do. And Andy Roddick was one of them. To be honest,
until he started playing.
till he started playing pickleball, and now he's into pickleball and he plays pickleball.
He's a known quantity on the circuit.
Well, he's done some, like he played against what's his name, Chang,
Andre Agassi as
and
well.
he played
David Chang?
David Chang.
No,
yeah.
no.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, his name is Dave Chang.
No, there's two
the
famous
chef?
David Changs. No, it's a tennis player.
No, David Chang from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tennis
Is that
star.
his name as well?
What's that? his name?
Agassi, he played against or with
Steffi Graf?
against McEnroe and somebody else.
Yeah.
Was it Steffi Graf?
I think the next round when they did it.
Anyway,
she was in it.
he's sort of come around on pickleball.
Michael Chang.
Michael Chang.
There we go.
Whoops, a daisy. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. So Ben, if you're listening to this, that's what we want. I know it's a goofy game. It's called Pickleball, for crying out loud.
No, there's something about Mary. No jizz in anyone's
That's
hair.
fine. No. I think that's fine. I don't mind if it's a broad comedy. The guy who's directing it, I can't remember what he's done. He did the Kristen Wiig Babs and Star or something like that.
Barb and Star.
Barb and Star. I've never seen
Vista
it.
Del Mar.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. Anyway, broad comedy, fine, but don't be mean to Pickleball. That's all I'm saying.
I like how you're saying broad comedy fine, as if this is going to be like Challengers or something. Like, this isn't going to be like a prestige sports drama.
I think
it's not going to be Invictus. This is going to be a broad sports comedy.
Like that new
that's fine.
tennis drama with
Yeah, he just said.
is that what it's called?
Wait, what?
Where those two guys and it's like a
Yes, Challengers.
sexy threesome.
Wait,
or
what's it
whatever?
called again? You just said it.
Challengers. What, am I going? Is everyone having a stroke today?
Yes, I can't
we're
focus
both
on
sick.
anything.
I know you're both sick.
I have a sniffle.
You said dodgeball, and then Rachel was like, "Well, yeah. What about that movie where they throw the balls and other people dodge them?" Dodgeball.
Yeah. Wait, what was that called? Dodgeball?
Malfunction.
You know what the problem with Challengers? Every time I hear it, I think of the space shuttle Challenger, and I go, "Oh, they made a movie about Challenger, the shuttle." It's like, no, it's a threesome.
I need to watch it.
That's that why? Yeah.
It's a threesome that takes place during tennis times.
That
or
sounds
something.
awesome with a racket sport and a threesome. Sorry.
Threesomes and going to space. Sometimes they both don't end well.
Yeah, you're right.
And they can blow up.
in your face.
Sometimes end in
your face.
disaster.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Anything else before we go, JD or Rachel?
I think we pretty much covered it.
I said the thing about pickleball. I think we got it.
How was your birthday? Did you enjoy the Crumbl cookies?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't at all.
Did you want Crumbl cookies? You don't seem like a Crumbl cookie man to me.
Well, Rachel, we had a little thing over at, I'm sorry to continue with pickleball, but we played pickleball. I specifically said before the show started I didn't want to talk about this.
I was talking about
can you-
cookies.
more interesting thing about your birthday. Why don't you talk about how your mom screwed up your birthday?
God. I still haven't talked to her because she's overseas. But yeah, my mom, whom I love dearly, obviously, posted. She doesn't know about my rule of how I don't put my birthday on Facebook, so nobody would have known. Except she posted a goofy picture of me and saying it's my eldest son's birthday today. But it wasn't today. It was she posted because she's in Europe on this Mediterranean cruise. I assume either she doesn't know my birthday, which is possible.
Possible.
But more likely, knew she was going to be at sea on my birthday, so she just sent it, thinking she wouldn't have internet access or whatever.
Oh, so it wasn't a time change issue.
No, I don't think so. Well, I wouldn't have been because it was the day before. Anyway, so she posted, and then, everybody starts, like you and, Phil and people just started texting me like, oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. I'm like, it's not my birthday, but but my birthday is going to be tomorrow. So I didn't want to correct anybody. And then, but like Bill Reynolds, shout out to Bill. Again, we've mentioned Bill before on the show, old graphics operator on Starters. He texted me and said, oh, I have it on my calendar that your birthday is tomorrow. I'm like, how? You have it in your calendar that my birthday is tomorrow?
That's
and I'm
smart.
like,
Could you
the
let
only
my
way you
mom
remember.
know?
I'm like, well, it is tomorrow. All the happy birthday messages were very much appreciated, but it was just it caused a little bit of trouble because I had to explain to everybody separately.
Well, I found it was trouble because I was like, I was waiting for Thursday to wish you happy birthday.
Yeah.
Then I see that and I'm like, well, it's his mother. Surely she knows better than I do when his birthday is. But I think I texted you like, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And then I texted you like, I thought it was tomorrow. And then you're like, it is tomorrow. Like as if you would answered the question a lot of times already. Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Yeah, you were.
And then I had texted Skeets because I was like, he's usually pretty on top of people's birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is it JD's birthday today? I thought it was tomorrow. And he's like, why would his mom not know his birthday? And I was like, well, I guess you're right. So that was that. Well,
Bit of controversy. Anyway, we had a little birthday party over at the pickleball court. I was told it was for all the November birthdays, and I was the only November birthday. Anyways, Rachel was like, well, what should I get? I'm like, I don't know, fucking something easy to share. Like, we're at a pickleball court. Like, you know, just something people can grab with their hands. So she got Crumbl cookies, and they were gross.
okay. And that was his birthday. His mom got it wrong. Everyone wished him good wishes on the wrong day. And then he had to eat something that he didn't like.
Yeah. And I got one present. And it was from my agent. So thank you.
What was it? A nice CAA hoodie?
CAA. Here, throw it to me, Rachel. Or you can.
I don't think you should throw these sorts of things.
Yeah, just throw it. Just toss it over.
Okay.
Beautiful. See it? Look at this. CAA Sports.
Oh, what is that? Oh, perhaps a Bluetooth speaker in there? What is that?
No. It is a charging device, a travel charger device. So I can put my Apple Watch here, and I can put my phone, MagSafe or whatever it's called, here, and I can put my AirPods here.
Okay, that's fancy.
Honestly, that third one looks like a great spot for a Crumbl cookie.
You're right. Absolutely
right. Join us Monday, where, as we mentioned, we rewatched Everything Everywhere all at once. I said before, some of the most hate I've ever gotten on this show is somehow not for my personality or inflammatory things I've said, but saying that I did not love Everything Everywhere all at once. So we had to rewatch it, and I had to reassess my opinion. See if I was just in a bad mood that day.
Yeah.
And find out what we thought. Find out if we changed our minds on the Is This Bad Movie Club. That's coming up Monday. Email us isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a review on Apple Podcast. And patreon.com/isthisgood if you want to hang out with us live tonight. Yes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is real. We send you a Zoom link. You come on. You're a square. I'm a square. You would think, is my square 2 times the size of yours because I'm in control here? No, it's not. We're all equal on the Zoom. JD's same size too. Rachel's same size too. And we're all there. You know, it's a real Spartacus kind of thing. And we just all hang out and chat. And it's a lot of fun. So patreon.com/isthisgood. You have to be in the great or goat tier for that. But if you just sign up, you'll get the free episode every month. Well, it's not free. Exclusive episode. That's what I was trying to say. This is JD, Matt, and Rachel reaching out from the great beyond. We'll see you next week. And I do mean that because it's Thursday. So we'll see you on Monday, which is next week.
Bye.